Hey guys, today we're working on a Draw This in Your Style for the Webtoon Nevermore. The creators, Kate Flynn and Kit Trace, posted a Draw This in Your Style of one of the header images for the comic, and I instantly fell in love. It was one of the promotional pictures they used as the comic was coming out, and because I love their other series or Webtoon so much, it's called Shiloh. I was already anticipating this the second they hinted at another comic. I was like, oh hell yeah. And then they revealed it was going to be sapphic gothic based on Edgar Allan Poe a little bit. I was like, oh yeah, here we go. This is going to be amazing. So when I saw they were doing a Draw This in Your Style, I was instantly all over it, despite having many other plans for what I wanted to be working on. It's fine. Yeah, so if you haven't read Nevermore or Shiloh on Webtoon, they're both amazing. Disclaimer, I've only read 5 or 6 chapters from Nevermore so far, because that's what's publicly available, with a few extra chapters on Fast Pass. I usually say Fast Passes for the end of seasons or whenever I've got some extra. But yeah, it's already really, really good. There's so much potential and so much good stuff happening already. Shiloh's just finished season 2, and that's also a really amazing series. They've both got incredibly hot characters, really interesting plot lines and character interactions. Definitely worth checking out, and yeah, that's definitely 2 of my favorite webtoons at the moment. Like I said, this is a Draw This in Your Style, so that's if you don't know, it's a challenge on I think mostly Instagram, but it's migrated to other social medias now. It's quite a few years old, but still very popular. Basically where an artist or group of artists or I don't know, posts an image and you draw it in your style. And it's a lot of fun, pretty simple challenge as far as challenges go, I would say. But it's I find them so much fun. I've done a few before, but usually I haven't in a long time. Which is annoying because I always look through the tag and I'm like, oh, I really want to draw that. But usually I'm spending a long time working on something else. And by the time I get around to it, they've either closed the deadline or it's just, there's something else that I need to work on. It's annoying. But this one, I was like, oh, nah, we're not letting this one skip me by. We're doing this. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Definitely worth checking out. A very good place to start, I think, Draw This in Your Styles. I think it's a very good beginner-friendly, for artists, art challenge, because you can choose how many you do. There's already a composition and color there. It's literally just for fun. And the hashtag is very popular. I feel like a lot of people follow it, so it usually gets some pretty good attention. I do know a lot of new beginner artists stress about having a style, and because the whole challenge centers around doing it in your style. All I'll say about that is don't stress, just draw it whatever comes naturally, and you'll probably be able to compare it to the rest of the hashtag and realize you kind of already have one, because that's kind of what happened to me. Just drawing however you're capable, you'll get a unique result usually. One funny thing about this challenge is, the second I saw it, like I mentioned before, I was all over it, completely ready to drop everything and start working on it, which I did, despite having many other projects I wanted to be working on. And it took me 17.5 hours. I don't regret it at all. It's just really funny that I expected it wouldn't take too long because, again, like I said before, it's beginner friendly because there's colors and a composition already chosen for you. But I've never drawn this position before. The one that, in case you don't, the blonde character, Annabelle Lee, her posing is something I was very unfamiliar with. I didn't realize it would be very difficult. You probably saw at the beginning how long it took me to get it to where it is, and it's still not really correct, but at this point I don't care. Yeah, so that was fun. That took up a lot of time, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun working on it. I really must say. This new style I'm experimenting with, the sketchier lines and painting over the top. I'm having so much fun with it, to the point that I spent probably 2 hours alone just shading her hair, which I'm working on now. I watched the entire Doctor Who series 12 while working on this, so there's that. I'm behind on Doctor Who, I'm trying to catch up now. Anyway, I really do like how the positioning ended up. I think I got to a good spot in the end, but it did take a few tries. Sadly, I'm just realizing now that I forgot her veil. That's sad. How frustrating. That's okay. I can deal with this. But anyway, like I said before, I'm having a lot of fun with the style. I feel like I do end up doing a lot more rendering when I draw in this style, like this painterly style, than when I do my cleaner lines. So if you've seen like my comic characters or Monster High video, I do a lot more of a stylized, well, not really stylized, I suppose, a lot less rendered, basically. It's a lot cleaner lines, a lot less to, get wound up in the detail of. But I have found that most of the pieces I've done in this way, I have ended up being favorites of mine, like my Arcane profile pic, or just simply this one. 7.5 hours and it's a new favorite thing I've ever done, and most of it's not mine, so I'm just like, let's go. By not mine, just to clarify, again, it's a draw this in your style. It's in my style, and that's like it for, I don't own it, is kind of what I'm getting at there. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. I'm kind of a bit hyper if you can't tell. I kind of want to talk about the comic itself a bit more, but because we're such early days, there's not too much to talk about yet. But for like a brief overview without going in depth at all, because I like going into things pretty blind. Lenore's the one with the black and white hair. Hold on, my cat's scratching at my door. Sorry about that. She's now on my bed purring away happily, so all resolved. So the one with the black and white hair, her name's Lenore. She's a really feisty character with a bit of pow. I don't know. She's really cool. I really like her personality. Easily got a soft side that you see kind of straight away. It's probably what she puts forth more than the more rambunctious side. Whereas Annabelle Lee, we almost haven't seen too much of yet. She's definitely the, I suppose you could say prissy, but I'm not quite sure yet. Confident, very willing to put, how do I describe Annabelle Lee? I would say a bit more cool-headed and calculating. So obviously they were made for each other. I love them so much, and I'm just so excited for the next few chapters. Oh gosh, every time it updates weekly, I'm just like, yes! It's like the highlight of the day. And I have a lot of oh my god, I can't speak. Webtoons that I adore and come back to weekly. But this one's probably my top favorite at the moment. Alongside, well, Shiloh's not updating at the moment, but Shiloh's all time. Morgana and Oz is a really good one that's started a couple of months ago. It's really good. So there's some more recommendations. It's a really good stream of content, which, don't get me wrong, I feel so sorry for the artists who end up having to do it every week. That's so much work, and without too many breaks, it's a very difficult job, but gosh, I appreciate the results. The plotline itself has a big air of mystery. There's so much going on that we have no idea what's going on, basically. They've given some, enough context to get us started, but there's so much that you can tell is just going to be built upon. I don't think Nevermore is going to be a very long comic. I'm not even sure if it's going to be more than one season, just because the creators are also working on Shiloh, and they said this would be completed before Shiloh's completed. For context, I think Shiloh started in 2019, so there's that. But I'm hoping it's more than one season, just for the sake of, I love it so much already. And I'm excited to hear that Shiloh is going to be pretty long. Oh gosh, I love these comics so much, and this whole video is just dedicated to gushing about them. Please, please, please let me know if you also read Nevermore or Shiloh, or honestly any other webtoons. If there's other webtoons you're into, I'd love to hear about them. Chances are I've heard of them or I've read some of it, but I do know I've skipped a lot of the super popular ones just because they're so long. I also, if you're happy to answer, want to know which type of speed paint you prefer, if the Procreate style or the screen recording. And that'll be all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a lovely day, a happy week, and an excellent month, and I'll see you next time. Bye!